You know, for the longest time, the conversation around menopause has felt, well, pretty one-sided, right? It's always been framed as this story of decline, of an ending. But what if that whole story is just wrong? Today, we're going to dive into a completely new science-backed way of looking at it, reframing this biological shift not as an endpoint, but as a powerful and really intentional redesign.
And this really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you have the old story, menopause as a decline, something you just have to get through. But on the other, there's this new perspective, menopause as a redesign. And listen, this isn't just playing with words. It's a total game changer in how we think about it, moving from a story of loss to one of intentional biological transformation. So, what do we call this new way of thinking? It's called MENOBLOOM, and it's so much more than just a catchy word. It's a whole philosophy that sees this stage of life as a biological redesign. And here's the key part. It's not something that just happens to you. It actually demands that you approach it with clarity, with confidence, and with precision in how you take care of your body.
Okay, so let's dig into that philosophy of redesign first. We're going to see how it helps us move away from all those vague cliches and get to a place of real, genuine clarity.
This image right here, it lays out the entire MENOBLOOM idea, and it's built on two really solid pillars. You've got the philosophy at the top, that's the why, and supporting it, you have the science of precision, that's the how. So let's start with the philosophy.
The first piece of this philosophy, and it's a big one, is all about choosing clarity over cliches. It means cutting through all that noise, all the miracle cures and the empty marketing promises. Instead, the focus is squarely on clean, effective solutions that are actually grounded in real, evidence-based science. It's about finally demanding real answers. I absolutely love this analogy because it just makes so much sense. Think about this transition like you're renovating a beautiful classic building. You wouldn't look at it and see decay, would you? Of course not. You'd see its incredible potential. You'd bring in an expert who uses the best, high-quality materials to redesign the space, making it even more vibrant and functional for the person living inside. Now that is the essence of redesign versus decline. All right, now for that second pillar. If the philosophy is the blueprint, then the science is the architecture itself. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts, the biological precision that actually supports the redesign of your body's systems. And you have to hear this quote from Chief Science Officer Dr. Dorothea Portius because it just nails it. The magic words here are modular and personalized. This modular 5-star design approach means the support isn't some rigid one-size-fits-all formula. It's a system that can actually be adapted to your individual body because the science is finally recognizing that this experience is completely unique to you. So how do they actually build this kind of tailored support? Well, it's not random. It's a really clear architectural process. Step 1, it all starts with a solid foundation of peer-reviewed research. Every single ingredient has to have a proven purpose. Step 2 is where they precisely combine powerful botanicals with very specific micronutrients that work together. And finally, step 3, the whole formulation is engineered for what's called maximum bioavailability, which is just a sciencey way of saying your body can actually absorb and use the good stuff. So these are the core principles holding up the scientific architecture. First, synergistic formulations. That just means the ingredients are chosen because they work better together, like a great team. Then you've got that modular 5-star design, which allows for the deep personalization we just talked about. Of course, this is all built on evidence-based ingredients, and it's all designed for that enhanced bioavailability, making sure nothing goes to waste.
And this isn't just guesswork, it's a very specific formula. We're talking about a precise combination of 2 clinically studied botanicals and 2 synergistic micronutrients. So for example, the isoflavones from a botanical like red clover might be paired with a micronutrient like magnesium. Now why would they do that? Well, because studies actually show that magnesium helps the cellular pathways that allow those isoflavones to be way more effective. It's that deliberate, balanced structure that lets the formula do its job with incredible precision.
Okay, that's a lot of science, but it all leads to the most important part. How does all this translate into personalized support and, actual relief from your symptoms? This is exactly why all that precision matters so much. That incredible scientific architecture is directly targeted to help manage the real-world experiences of this transition. We're talking about things like reducing hot flashes, stabilizing your mood, improving your sleep and daily energy, all the way to restoring that overall sense of balance and comfort. The science is there to serve your well-being. So let's bring it all home. The goal of this entire approach,
from the philosophy to the science, is to empower you to step forward with real confidence and to truly, fully embrace this phase as your own personal redesign.
This line just perfectly sums up the entire idea, doesn't it? It's all about harnessing the incredible power of nature, like those potent botanicals we've been talking about, but then pairing that power with human ingenuity and scientific precision. It's where nature and science stop competing and start working together. And that leaves us with this final, really powerful question. It just reframes everything. What if you looked at this time not as something that's ending, but as the moment you get to consciously and confidently architect the next, vibrant chapter of your life? Just think about it. What if this is your greatest redesign yet?